One of my favorite chords is the 7 sharp 9 chord. In order to do that, we need to build that chord first. We'll start with the key of G. There's my G major, dominant 7. This would be my 9, so I'm going to raise that to a sharp 9. The way that I usually approach this chord is a lot of times I'll leave out that 5, and I'll play the left hand will be my root note. So with my right hand, I'll be using the major 3rd, the 7, and the sharp 9. What this does is it gives you a very minor over major feel, because you have a major 3rd here, and a sharp 9 is in essence the same as a minor 3rd. So played together, it gives you some tension. I like to use this chord for several different things. I'll give you 3 different examples. One in a softer context, one in more of a blues context, and then I'll move on to a funk context. First off, since I'm using a G 7 sharp 9, that G would be the 5 chord in the key of C. So a lot of times I'll use a 7 sharp 9 to resolve into my root chord. So I'm going to play this in the key of C, and all I'm going to do is go back and forth between the root note and the 5 and show you what that sounds like. It gives some tension and release. Listen for that tension and release. It's just got a nice lilting feel to it, with a little bit of tension in something that could ultimately be extremely happy the whole time, but you put that little bit of tension on that 5 chord, and suddenly it gives just a little bit of edge to it. And I'm doing it on my 5 chord at that point. Now, in something like a blues, let's say we're going to take the 4 chord, and we'll make the 4 chord a sharp 9 chord. So we'll do this in the key E. And when we get to the 4 chord, which is A, I'll play a sharp 9. Again, here's A, my dominant 7. That'd be my 9, so here's my sharp 9. And I'll use that to resolve into my 5 instead of back into my 1. So I'll go. So that's how I would use it in place of a 4 chord. Now let's go on to funk. The reason I like it so much with funk is naturally you've got some tension in funk rhythmically and dynamically. There's just a lot going on. It tends to lend itself to chromatic walk downs really well. So part of what I like is taking something that would be like a sharp 9. Let's do this in the key of A minor. Okay, and when I get to my 5, I'm going to use that. There's my E 7 sharp 9. E 7. There's my 9 sharp 9. So what I'll do is I'm going to simply take this and walk it down. So now I'm on an E flat 7 sharp 9, D sharp 9, and so on and so on and so on. So you could do a chromatic, and you can really do that anywhere you want. I'll show you how I would use that. So something like that, you know, you have a lot of freedom to be able to move. And it's neat if you can break apart your hands rhythmically, of course. Anytime you can do that and make those chords a little more interesting, it's more fun to play. Or I usually will start. So I'll start at the top and roll down. It's a lot of fun. Sharp 9's great thing to know.